what I have for you right here is something that I think is completely amazing. I've been working really hard on this thing. It's something that I've wanted for a really long time in the game, and it's finally here. This is what I call the Sortomatic. It is, yeah, I know the name. All right. It is a multi-item sorter, and it is completely lossless. It is totally silent, 6 chests high, and nothing gets stuck in these hoppers back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to build this thing. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, where it came from, how I came about building this thing. This video might be a little bit long. If you're the kind that just wants to skip to the tutorial, I'm going to put either a link on the screen if possible, or you can look down in the comments and I will either put links or descriptions of time indexes where you can go to get the tutorial. Okay, all right. So let me tell you a little bit about this. If you're not familiar with multi-item sorters, they're different from other kinds of sorters because what happens is you can actually sort multiple different items in a single chest. So like if you look in this one, we've got cobblestone slabs, we got cobblestone stairs, we've got moss stone, and all kinds of different things. That's taken to the extreme, and I think this chest right here, where pretty much I just pulled one item from each of the decoration on the decoration tab in creative mode, and this will actually sort all of these items. So if I throw in all of these, you'll see them go in just a minute into all of these little slots, and so that is a multi-item sorter. The one thing about a multi-item sorter is in order for it to sort, you have to have at least one block in each of these spots in each chest. Otherwise, it'll just dump it into the top chest. Okay, let's see. So one thing you can do, like if you don't have enough items to fill up a whole chest, you can just fill it full of whatever block you had. Like here I just had some cobblestone and like red concrete. Here's a good example. Let's say that I wanted to put redstone in here, but I only have 2 redstone right now, but I know like this chest needs redstone in it, so I can just fill the rest of it with some other block that I have and then readjust it later. Speaking of readjusting, that is exactly what you can do with this. Let's say that I need more space for my cobblestone blocks. What I can do is get rid of some of these slab spaces, and I can put some cobblestone spaces in there. So now I have 2 more of those and 1 less of those. So then I can change around my my storage needs as my storage needs change. I can change around my system. So that's what one thing I mean about customizable. It's completely silent, meaning that these dropper elevators, they're only active when there's items in them, so that means that they are not clicking all the time. And just to show you that my sound is up, you can hear the little dropper. There he goes. And you heard the chests earlier, so I probably didn't need to do that, but I was just proving the point that I didn't have anything turned off or anything like that. And yeah, so I'm so excited about this thing because I think that this is probably one of the most useful redstone items you could possibly have in the entire game. Is a sorting system that does multi-items, because it's just so useful. I can't tell you how many times I've put stuff in chests and then lost it because I have no idea which chest it's in, and you know, then you fill up tons of chests full of crazy items, and it's just like this thing just sorts it out all for you. All you have to do is just take your inventory, dump it in the chest, in the input chest here, and it just takes care of all the sorting for you. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's give it a shot. So I'm going to just take this. I'm just going to dump every single thing that I have in my inventory in here. And this is exactly what you would do if you were playing in survival. You just take all of this and just throw it in here, clean out your inventory, and then it'll sort it all for you. You don't have to go from chest to chest trying to figure out where stuff is. All right. You can see the system is activated. Things are blinking. The redstone is ticking, all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to go over this in just a little bit. So while it's doing that, I'm just going to show you kind of the size of this thing. It's a little bit bigger than a couple of item sorters I've seen as far as multi-item sorters. There's one where it's only like two blocks back, but the problem with that one is that the items will actually get stuck in these hoppers right here when the system is inactive. So yeah, I think this, you know, I'm not great at compacting redstone. Perhaps this bottom area could be a little bit more compact, but for what it does, the benefit that you get out of it is worth this extra little bit of size. Yeah. So now that it's done sorting, I'm just going to show you a couple things here. So you can see all my flowers went in the right places. I think I threw some cobblestone in there. You see that got sorted out. And I'm still holding this end rod for a reason. And I'm going to show you why in just a minute. Okay. We're going to get started with the tutorial, but the first part of the tutorial, I'm going to show you like how everything works. Like how does this thing do what it does? If you're not familiar with multi-item sorters, then this information will be really helpful if you want to put it in your world, because then you're going to kind of understand a little bit better about how to build it, or like how to adjust it if you need more chests or if you need less chests, what's going on. Okay, so the basic idea of a multi-item sorter is it has some sort of elevator that takes the items up here. So we're going to put an item in here, and it's going to go into this hopper, which is going to go into this hopper right here. This hopper is facing sideways, but there's no reason for that. And then it's going to go into this dropper right here. That dropper is going to trigger this whole system, which is going to then send the item up to the top and drop it into this chest. Well, once it gets into this chest, it's going to go, of course, into this hopper right here. And then here's the magic part about a multi-item sorter. This hopper, the way that hoppers work, in case you don't know, is that they pull before they push. So in other words, this hopper right here is actually going to pull the item out of this hopper before this one has a chance to push it in. Okay, and the reason for that is because you want your item to go all the way down before it pushes in. Well, at least that's what the game designers thought, apparently. So, but what we want to do is we want the item to flow into this hopper, and then let this hopper have a chance to push it into this chest if it can. Now, it can't put all the items in the chest, because the only ones that it can push in are the ones that you have in the slots here. So if I have a piece of cobblestone in here, then this hopper will be able to push it into the chest. But if it's some other item like this androd I'm carrying, then it will not be able to push it into the chest. As you can see, I'll just drop it in here, and you can see the hopper does not push it in. Now, how is that thing staying there? Well, that is what all this redstone is for. These two lines right here are an alternating set of torches and repeaters that alternate on and off, so that when an item goes in this hopper, the one below it is locked by this torch right here that you can see. Let me swing around the front a little bit. So this torch actually locks both of these two hoppers. So it's locking this hopper right here. And then what's going to happen is when the system's active, there's a clock that runs. It's going to switch this off, but this on, so that now this hopper is locked, so nothing else can flow from the chest and annoy the system. And then this one will lock by this repeater right here, giving this one a chance to push in. And then it will switch again, and slowly the items will fall down here, but not too slowly. It is a little bit slower than like a bulk style, impulse SV sort of style sorting system, but it is not, it's not like annoyingly slow where it's like the items never go in. It works just fine. Okay, so then what happens is it checks all of these chests. It goes down here, and then we have to figure out how to get it up to the next row. Well, that's going to happen once it gets into here. It's going to push it into this this dropper, and then the whole process is going to repeat. Go up the thing, it's going to go here, it's going to follow these, go into this chest, go through the thing, on, off, on, off, on, off, check all of these chests, and continue and continue and continue and continue and continue until it ends up in the bottom one. So that's what all this purple stuff is for. All this purple concrete is just the item elevator system. The droppers are just the item elevators. The real brains of the thing is right here. And then at the bottom here, what we have are the system that runs the clock. So all of this is just a giant pulse extender, so that when an item goes into this dropper, this will fire this redstone torch for just a moment. And then that pulse needs to be extended. We could have used a hopper type pulse extender, but the problem with that is if you put an item in and then a few seconds later put another item in, the pulse extender doesn't have a chance to reset. So this one here just resets really quickly. In fact, it just basically powers back up. If you've never seen one of these before, it's kind of cool to check it out. Comparator pulse extenders are really useful to me. The sun's going down. Let me fix that. All right, so an item goes in this dropper. This torch activates, which is part of the torch tower, but it also activates the pulse extender. The pulse extender goes on, which turns this torch off, which allows the clock to run. Now this clock right here is a 4-tick, just simple repeater clock, and it must be on 4 ticks because it takes 4 ticks for this hopper, or the top hopper, not this one or whatever one, to decide if it can push into this chest or not. So 4 ticks. If it's less than 4 ticks, then it's just going to fall down. So when you build this thing, make sure that this comparator right here on the clock is on 4 ticks. All right, so that's just going to send a redstone signal. You can see this little dust up here, and then there's basically a redstone ladder that takes it up to all of the repeaters and torches and stuff. So then this thing just goes on, off, on, off. All right, let me throw this end rod in here, and what you're going to see is you're going to see this thing in operation. So here we go. Throw it in there. There we go. So now it's going to fall in there. You probably missed the torch tower going up. I didn't even swing around fast enough. In fact, I think that just went off. There it goes. You can see that one. So you can see the comparators, sorry, the repeaters and the torches are blinking alternatively. And then it's just going to keep cycling through, cycling through, cycling through. That torch tower just went off, so it's somewhere in this one right here. So it's somewhere going down here. And then just went into that one, so that means it's somewhere in this one. And then this one's going to go off in just a second. There it goes. So now it's in this one, and then we should be in this chest pretty soon. Yep, there it is. Good. So I forgot to show you there were 63 in there. I can throw it in again and show you that there were 63. And then now there's 64. Let's do that. Okay. Show you again. Another cool thing about this is that, let's say that end rod was only going into this chest. Well, because of the way I have the system set up, the lights will only blink until it gets into this chest, and maybe a little bit longer than that. So it's not going to blink the entire time that it would take it to get all the way here if it doesn't need to go over there. It'll only blink until it gets where it needs to go, and then it'll blink for just a little bit longer. And I think that's good because all these redstone updates are, they cause a little bit of lag, which we're going to deal with, which is why there's so many pumpkins over there. I'll explain that in a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so that is how the system works. And I'm going to show you a couple of implementations next, and then we will get on with actually building it. And I will show you that the end rod gets to the end here. I think is it there? Yep. You can see it's back at the end of the line there. Okay. All right. So here's an implementation over here in Pumpkin Land, Jack-o'-lantern land, and this right here is 3 of those modules. So here's 1, 2, and 3. And you might have noticed here's some shulker boxes. You can use this thing as a shulker box loader if you want to. All you have to do is put shulker boxes in place where the chests are and just put some items in there. Of course, you'd have to have it like this. I didn't quite have the shulker box set up right, but it would look like that. So let's say this was your redstone block shulker box or whatever. I don't know why the green one would be that, but whatever. Then you could load that one first, and then once this thing fills up, it could go in here, and then let's say you had redstone blocks, say in this chest or one of these over here, then the excess ones will flow into that chest. And then you can just pop this thing off and use it. And because there's nothing there, then the hopper won't try to push it into it anyway. So it works just fine as a shulker box loader. That's not exactly what it was for, but I thought, hey, what the heck? Let's show that it can be used as that as well. So this is actually one module right here, and one module here, and one module there. Okay, the pumpkins. Why are there so many pumpkins here? You may not know this, but when redstone is going on and off, it's actually causing a lot of lighting updates. And that is the major reason for lag on redstone stuff. Of course, keeping track of all the entities going through the hoppers, that's part of it. But the major part of it is actually the redstone turning on and off, and it actually creates quite a bit of lighting updates. And all those lighting updates are checking all the blocks around them to see what the light should be and all this stuff. So what you do is if you surround it with blocks that are lit up more than the torches, then for some reason it doesn't do that. I don't know if the game code just ignores the check for lighting updates if there's already a bunch of light there, or how that works exactly in the game code, but all I know is that my frame rates are a heck of a lot better when I have it lit up versus when I don't, because it doesn't seem to cause lag from the lighting updates. Okay, the last thing about this implementation here is that we have 1, 2, 3 modules, and they're all separate. So what I mean by separate is this one has its own timer and its own hopper elevators and stuff, dropper elevators, sorry. And then the only thing that connects it is this little line right here. This one does not need the last. You can see if I look down, it does not need the 6th, what do you call it? dropper elevator. That one is actually moved to here, and then it goes through this system, and then it'll go through this system, and you can chain these together however you want. I did them in like a U shape on this. You could go all the way around if you wanted to, or you could do them in a line like that one. You could just run them in a line. You could even do one over here and then run some hoppers on the other side of a hallway, and then do the other side over there. Like if you just wanted this module and then wanted this to be hallway right here, you can totally do that too. I'm going to provide a world download so you can check these out a little bit more in detail, because I'm not going to do a tutorial on these two larger ones. I'm only going to do the single module, but connecting them is really super easy. Okay, there's another implementation where I have an actual shulker box unloader, just a simple one. And then here's our input chest. And then this goes into a regular old sorting system where it's more bulk storage. So you may recognize this. If not, look up Impulse SV's sorting system. This design's all over YouTube. And then, you know, you could put like this whole thing is cobblestone, this whole thing is regular stone, dirt, whatever, you know, sort out those big items. And then ones where it's like, you know, redstone repeaters where you only have like maybe a stack or maybe less than a stack or maybe 2 stacks at most. Then those can be sorted by your by the sortomatic thing. These right here are just some chests that aren't actually attached to anything here, except for some reason I did trap tests on this side, which I shouldn't have done, but it's not going to affect it too much. Where you could put things like, you know, your pickaxes or like your beds or any of those things where it's like they're just single items and you can't really sort them very well. And then this is all the multi-item sorter. And I did 10 rows here to show you like you can do a partial module. All you have to do a partial module is just break. So these are not connected, but they're connected to the clock. Down here, I just extended the clock's output over here and then into this one. So then it goes up that tower and this tower as far as the redstone. Okay, so that's pretty much all there is besides actually building it. So I've got a little platform over there all ready to go. I'm gonna take a little break and then we'll get to building this thing. All right, so to build this thing, you're going to need a lot of chests. You're going to need a lot of hoppers, a lot of droppers, some kind of block. You're going to need a lot of torches. You're going to need to get a bunch of redstone repeaters, some redstone comparators, and some slabs of some sort. So yeah, it is resource intensive as far as building it, but it's just going to be so much time saving once you get it done. So we're actually going to start things off with a trap chest. I like to use the trap chest as an inventory just in case like you throw your pickaxe in there and you're like, whoa, I don't want to do that. What would I do that for? You have a chance to pull it out before the system sucks it in. All right, so we're going to put a trap chest right here. This is going to be our input chest. We're going to put a double chest right there. I like to keep my chest going all the same way, but it doesn't really matter. All right, then underneath this, we're going to go ahead and put a hopper like that. And then we're going to put another hopper facing into this dropper. So I need a couple of temporary blocks here up like that. So then let's see, we're going to do a dropper right there. Okay. So I'm going to show you from the side so you can see the orientation. Okay, so next we're going to take this hopper and we're going to go ahead and put it into this dropper right there. And then that's kind of the first step as far as doing this. Okay, next we're going to go back to regular chests. So I got to pull those out. And we're just going to leave a space, and then every other space we're going to put a double chest like this. Okay. And then a single module has 6 of them, but you can adjust that. And if you get the world download, which I will make available hopefully by the time this video is out, you can take a look at that one to see how to chain them together if you want more than 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we need one more and 6. Okay, and then take each one of those and go 6 tall. So we're going to have 5 more double chests on top of this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, I'm gonna do that to all of them. All right, there we go. There's all the chests in place. Next, it's hopper time. It's hopper time. All right, so next, out of the back of each one of these chests, you're gonna put a hopper facing into the chest like this. So we're going to shift click, put a hopper facing into each and every single one of these chests. There we go. All right, so next, underneath each one of those, we're going to put another hopper. So I'm going to go like this and then break this hopper. If you were in survival mode, you'd probably want to have like a block there and then put the hopper like that. So, but I'm just going to do it this way because I'm creative and it's faster. Stop that. I'm like all thumbs today, so I keep breaking random blocks. So if I do that, just bear with me. I haven't done a lot of YouTube tutorials. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're going to come out. So from this bottom hopper, we're going to come out 1, 2 more blocks. And then our dropper is actually going to go at the end of that facing up like this. Like that. Okay, so you can kind of see the orientation. There has to be 1 and 2 blocks right there. So that's 1 and 2. Okay, what I recommend... did it again. Like the bounding box, look how far down the bounding box for a hopper goes. So like if you click right there, it like actually breaks the hopper even though you're not even looking at the thing. It drives me crazy. Okay, so then what I would do is I would probably put a block like say underneath this dropper right here and then just extend this all the way down. This is like the easy way to do this. And then you're going to put a dropper on the like in line with that one. So like in line with that one. And then just keep skipping spaces like that. Okay, so then there's a dropper in line and they're all 2 blocks away and 1 block down from this hopper. All right, next you can take out those blocks or leave them in there, whatever, it doesn't matter. Actually, you have to take them out, sorry. Then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna get your hoppers back out and you're gonna place a hopper facing into the dropper and so that all of these go into the dropper like that. There and 3 there. Okay, cool. So that's what we have so far. You can see that we've got the hopper lines going downwards. Each hopper is facing into a chest. This one here is facing forward like that. And then these are facing backwards, running into the droppers. All right, the next thing, we're going to take a repeater and place it on top of each of these hoppers facing into this dropper. Facing into this hopper, sorry. Like that, okay? Hopper, dropper, comparator, repeater. I get all my words mixed up, so just watch. And there we go. Okay, and then right here, now these can actually be pumpkin blocks if you want to do the pumpkin thing over there. But in between these, you're going to put a block. I'm using slabs right now because that's the way the module is over there. But these can actually be a full block right here, and they can be slabs. Or they can be pumpkins, I mean. Wow, really, I can't talk or click right now. Completely useless. I hope you're following along with this okay, because I feel like I'm making a total mess of it. All right, there we go. There's that. So that's the bottom line of these repeaters. Now on the bottom, we don't need the torches because the torches would actually lock the hoppers below those, which are these, which we don't really need to lock because if these are locked, then we're good to go. These don't have to be locked, so you can just go straight into the hopper from there. Okay, so the next line though, will go up. So you're going to skip this one. You can't actually put one there because of this repeater. So we're going to go up 1 more right there, and you're going to come 2 out on each of these. And actually these all have to be, I think maybe this one you could do a full block, but this one absolutely has to be a slab. This back one has to be a slab. Because otherwise, if it's not a slab, then as these dropper towers come up, so we're going to have like a dropper tower right here. If this is a full block, then it's going to activate this dropper and it's going to make a click every single time. And that's going to be super annoying. And you're going to be like, it's not silent. And you're right. But it is silent because we have a half slab there. Okay. Go. And we're going to put a repeater on each one of those. And then again, we're going to run a line here. Now these in between, again, can be the pumpkin blocks or any full block, besides a transparent block, because you can't put redstone on them. All right, and then we're just going to keep repeating this. Next, I'm going to put redstone all the way along all of these slabs. Basically going to connect up all these repeaters. I missed a spot right there. Okay, and come back. And like this. So this is actually like a repeat of the bottom. You can see like this this right here is the same as this, except these are on the slabs where these are on the hoppers and slabs like this. Let's see. Next, I'm going to grab out a different color. And then in between every other one of these, you're going to put a full block. And this cannot be a pumpkin block because currently, well, it might be able to, because currently, like, you can't put torches on pumpkins, at least on the version that I'm running right now. I'm running on the pre-release of 1.12. I'm pre-release 7. It could be that by the time you're watching this video, that you can put redstone torches on pumpkin blocks. So give it a try. Like, put down a pumpkin block over here. Go like this. Pumpkin. It's in building blocks. Pumpkin. Sorry, jack-o'-lantern is what I'm looking for. Why can't I find it right now? Because I'm running a tutorial. There it is. All right, so we're going to put a jack-o'-lantern down, and then if you can put a redstone torch on the side of it. So that didn't work. Okay, it has to like go actually on the block. So I can't place it on there. You need to have it so that it's like this. Okay, if that works, then you can do this on your current version. Okay. But for me, I cannot use pumpkins here. So I'm going to put a block. So on this is the first one. So I'm going to put a block there, and then one there, and then one there. But I don't need one on the bottom. Okay, so there's only 3. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to skip one because the redstone torch on here will activate both of these second hoppers here. So I can skip this one and then do 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, skip, and 1, 2, 3. Now on each one of those, we need to put a redstone torch. Skip. Skip. Like that. Okay. Then you have to put redstone on top of each of those orange blocks that I just did. So one there, one there, one there. Skip. One there, and one there. Skip. One there, and one there, and that's it. All right. Very, very good. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build our dropper elevators. So right here on top of this dropper, we're just going to go up. I don't know how many we're going to go up, but you're going to go up until you're even with... Thank you for falling. I'm having a really hard time with that. So you're even... There we go again. So this dropper tower is even with this top hopper. And then at the top of that dropper tower, you're going to put one facing to the, well, left right now, but facing towards that dropper. Okay. Then on top of this hopper, you're going to place a chest and make it a double that way. So that when this dropper fires, it fires it into the chest. And then this will suck the items out of the chest. Okay, then we're going to do that for all these dropper towers here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the 8th one will be this way. This tower is actually completely unnecessary on this size of module. Just to let you know, this tower right here, you don't need to build it unless you are extending this out linearly. Okay, so in other words, if you're going to build another module next to this one, then this tower is fine, and then it will just go into whatever hopper line will go this way. But if you're only building a single module, so like if this is all you want, you do not have to build this tower right here. So just keep that in mind as I'm doing this, okay? The last tower you don't have to do. But if you're doing a multi one in line, then you do. Also, if you're going around a corner, you don't need this tower. All right, so underneath this dropper, you're going to place a block. This is a temporary block. Then you're going to place one there and break this one. Okay, so that's what I've got so far. All right, next you're going to place a block here, there, and then break this one. So then you have that. Okay, then underneath this guy, you're going to place 2 coming out and break this one. Okay, so you have like boom, 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 boom. All right, next, you're going to place a comparator facing into this block that way. A torch on the end of this. Redstone, repeater facing into this block on one tick, and then a torch underneath the dropper tower, like that. You're going to do that on every single one of these. Okay, so now we have all of those set up, and we've got all the bases of our dropper elevators. So the next thing we need to do is extend these upwards. The way that I like to do it is you're just going to, well, in survival mode, what you would do is you'd stand here, you would put a block there, and then you put a redstone torch there, and then you jump up on this block, and then you do the same thing. So this would be like a really great way to do it in survival mode. Since I'm in creative, what we can do is we can just go straight up like this. Don't do that. Magic mouse time. And then one there, and one there. Okay? And then you're going to break every other one like this. So you have that shape going up. And then it stops at the top one here. You should have the, so like, it should be close to this one. All right, so the next thing you're going to do is on the back side, you're going to put a torch in each space like that. Okay, so that's what I have so far. Get it on the screen for you. You don't need one at the top. You don't need a torch right there. Okay, next, you're going to put one on each space here. So there's already one there, one there, one there, one there, and then each face. One. You're going to hear some clicking, but that'll probably be the last time you ever hear that dropper click if you've done this right. Okay, very good. So that is one dropper tower. You're just going to repeat that for all of these droppers. All right, so I've done all of the dropper elevator torch tower thingies. And it's a really good idea to just look down each line to make sure each one of them, so that you have a torch on every place that I've got a torch here. So just look down each one of these lines. It's like, I can't tell you how many times I've forgotten like one torch on one of these towers. So just make sure to look down each line just to make sure that they're all there. And then the last thing you do on each of those, we have to put this torch right here on all of these. So we're going to put one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. I think I forgot to put those earlier. I did it on this one, but I forgot to put all these. So I just wanted to show you that they have to be there. Okay. So we're getting really close to being done. We need to build the timer circuit, the pulse extender, and then just connect our droppers up here to our hoppers there. Okay. So we're getting close to being done. Thanks for bearing with me here. I'm hoping that I don't talk too much as far as I like to explain things, but I notice in the comments, like on some of my videos, where it's like some people are like, oh, I'm so glad you like explain so much. And then some people are like, get on with it and shut up. And so I'm trying to accommodate everyone by having the time indexes in the bottom. But yeah. Okay. So what I'm doing right here is I'm building just a little platform to put my comparator pulse extenders on. You don't have to like build this up. Like if you're in survival, like, and your floor was here, like you could put it on the floor right there. It's fine. I'm just showing you like what blocks need to be used. And I think there's 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 2 more. 8, 9. So basically make a 2x9 platform, and it starts right here under this torch. So the idea is when this torch fires, you've got redstone there, and the torch will fire and put, a redstone signal into these 2 pieces of redstone. Okay. Next, you're going to take out all your comparators. And you're going to put, well, not all of them, but you need quite a few. 3 that way, and then 3 back this way. Okay, has to be this way, and then back this way. I think you can switch these two, but on this next one, it has to be, just do it like this, okay? 1, 2, 3 comparators facing to my right, and then 3 facing back to the left. Then you're going to put redstone in between them. And this is how to extend a comparator pulse extender, by the way. So make it twice as long to do this. 1, 2, 3. And then back this way. 1, 2, 3. And then right here, you're going to put 2 more pieces of redstone. Okay. At the end of that, right here, you're going to put 1 redstone torch like that. Okay. Then you're going to take a redstone repeater and place it right there on the ground. If you want me to, I can do it like this. So, and then repeater. Okay, that repeater can be on a single tick. That's fine. I'm going to get another color to show you the clock. Okay, so the clock section is going to look like this. You're going to have a block there, a block there, a block there, and a block up like that. On this one, you're going to put a redstone torch. On this one, you're going to put a piece of redstone dust. Then on top of this, you are going to put a repeater facing away from the torch. like that. This is the one that has to be on 4 ticks, so make sure to put that repeater on 4 ticks. If you do not put this repeater on 4 ticks, the entire system will not work properly. Must put this repeater on 4 ticks. Am I clear about this repeater and the 4 ticks? Okay, I think I've been more than clear. Okay, very good. So then you're going to put a block there and one right here. Okay, then that is the clock done. So then what happens is when this torch goes off, I'm going to simulate it going off by clicking and just destroying it. There we go. You can see that we have a redstone torch. And then when the torch comes back on, it's like that. And then this comparator bank right here will keep this torch off for the correct amount of time so that the items don't fall through the hoppers at the wrong time. Okay. The next thing we have to do is complete our redstone ladder. So on top of this block that comes from the clock, you're going to put a piece of redstone there. That will then connect up with this one here and connect with this line. But then we need to do that all the way up. So the way you're going to do this is you're going to get your slabs out. I like to use stone slabs. Seems to be the standard thing to use in YouTube videos, but it can be any type of slab. You can use wood if you want. And then you're going to come right here, you're going to come down 2 and then 1 more and then break that. Okay, so then you have alternating slabs. Has to be slabs, otherwise this doesn't work. So we're just doing a redstone slab ladder. If you know how to do this, then you don't need me to tell you. But if you don't, then that's just how you do it. So slab, 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 and then we need to do this, I think, one more time. So down 3, break that one so that it's alternating here. Okay? So I'll back up and show you the tower a little bit. It's hard to see this because it's like in there, in this little slot. Okay, and this is how the signal gets from the bottom to the top. Now there's enough signal to do a bank of 6 either here or here. So if you're trying to customize this thing, then your redstone ladder can be here or it can be here. The way that I built it, this single module, it works better to come on this one. But if you do like attach another one, then you can either put it on this space or that space, and there's enough signal to get right. I think the signal dies like right here so that this repeater still activates, and then if you put like 1 more block, maybe 2, then the signal's gone. So it's just good enough to do 6. Okay, the last thing we need to do is we need to connect up our dropper elevators to the hopper, the next hopper chain going down. So what you're going to do is you're going to take out your trap chest and regular chests. And I'm pretty sure I used a regular chest here, so then we're going to need trap chest. Did I get trap chest? We're going to need trap chest. There we go, trap chest. That's a trap chest. Okay. And then you're going to put a double trap chest there. And then you're going to go here and regular chest there. And the only reason to use a trap chest is just so you can fit it in between the 2 regular ones. Otherwise, Minecraft won't let you put it there. I don't know why Minecraft will let you put regular chest next to trap chest, but not regular chest next to regular chest. No idea. It's probably some technical thing that someone's going to put in the comments. But that's okay. There we go. And then the last thing is from each one of these chests, not this one, but this one here, you're going to come out this way until you go there. So each of these, so like this one is pointing into that chest, this one's pointing into that one, and this one's pointing into that one. So that way when the items go up the item elevator, it's going to put it in this dropper, and they're all going to feed right into that chest and down into the line there. Okay, I'm going to reset the time and do the rest of these. And I think that is a completed build. I'm pretty sure, and I'm just having a little overview here. Make sure I don't miss anything. So there's nothing I missed. Let's throw an item in here just to see if it goes to the top. It's a good idea to test this thing before you start filling it up with stuff. Okay, stuff is blinking. It should end up in this one because there's nothing stopping it from going in there. That's great. Okay, so then what you want to do is you're going to start filling up your chests. So then you might, let's just say, let's use cobblestone because it's easy to get, right? And then you would just, let's say that you want this first chest to be cobblestone. You would just, right click and just drag it across and fill the whole chest with cobblestone like this. So make sure that there's at least one item in each of these slots. If you don't, then what's going to happen is every item that comes in from this hopper will go into this chest no matter what kind of item it is. So if you only want cobblestone in here, then you have to have a cobblestone in each one. So then to pull stuff out, you pull it out and drop one back in. So I did left click, right click. And then sometimes like an item will pop in behind. It's a little bit annoying, but it's way better than having to sit there and sort all of your items by hand. Super, super easy. Okay, so that is it. That's it. That's the whole thing. I really, 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 really hope that you build this sort of Matic, because this thing I think is amazing. I personally, like, I don't want to say this because I don't know, people are going to say like, no, that's not true. But I think that this might be like the most important thing that you ever build in your Minecraft world, because sorting items is a serious pain unless you have some way to automatically do it. So I'm hoping that this will be good for you. Let me know how you use it. Let me know if you like it, if there's things you want to know more about. Let me know that. Let me know that. Okay, well, this has been Hex. I hope you enjoyed this little video. I hope you try this out in your world, and God bless.